morning. Actually, I made a couple for Easter, and the one you're seeing now is from Kathy Orta's class. She called it the Sweet Nectar Paper Bag Mini. So the first thing I thought I'd do is just take you through all the pages and not explain how I did everything, so you can just take a quick look. And then if you're interested in how I did some of the things, then I'll explain it at the end for people who might be interested. So open the page. So this is from Kathy's, again, this is from Kathy's Sweet Nectar Paper Bag Mini class. And I was inspired by the Lost and Found album that she did, because this paper is very similar. So this opens up as a little booklet. And this is from Tim Holtz's collection. It has all the holidays in it. There were only about 4 pages for Easter, so I had to, I was sort of stretched thin and had to supplement with some other papers. On this page there's a pocket, and then another pocket here, and then of course inside the paper bag. This is from another paper collection I put as an insert where I can put a photo on the back. Here's another one of the pieces of paper in the collection where you could just cut it out and turn it into a trifold card. And again, some small pieces of paper that you could cut and use as a paper mat or a journaling card. Here I made a little pocket. There's a pocket here. I put some of the paper pieces in here, and then the paper bag opens up in here. I had some paper left over from Once Upon a Springtime. I know it doesn't match super well, but I didn't want to go out and spend $20 for another paper pad just to get 4 Easter pages. So this is the closest I could to get matched. This is one of my favorite pages. I love I've always loved duck egg blue and brown. Here's another one of the pieces of paper that you can cut out and turn into a whatever you want to use it for, photos or whatever. And then there's the back. And then I also made another mini with the Once Upon a Springtime collection from Graphic 45. It's very, very simple. I just used the Baroque die, and I put some Prima flowers on top, and I used these Tim Holtz charms to embellish the top. And I think everybody's pretty familiar with this paper collection. I just secured it with a book ring, and you can see all of the pages here, and then on the back. So if you're interested in following this class, if you haven't watched it or made your own, it was filmed on February 26th and 27th, and the way the bags are constructed, it's super crystal clear if you go to 1 hour and 34 minutes into the video. And I didn't have the same bag size that Kathy had, so I just took the bags that I had and just followed along and did the same thing. And what I basically did was I put together the bags during the class, so I had it really clear in my mind, and so that was the only thing I did while the class was going. And basically you can see it secures to your front and back covers with these 2 flaps, and this becomes the pocket. This gets glued down and that becomes the pocket, and you cover this with paper and that with paper. So that's basically it. So I did the same thing with this one. I just had a bunch of black envelopes and I secured all of them together, and then I had them sitting around for about a month and finally decided to do something. The binding, something with it. The binding idea I got from Laura from Following the Paper Trail, and it's super easy. You just take a strip of paper, fold it in half on both sides, and then measure the width of your binding to create a space for this section here. And then I folded mine under by 1 inch on both the back and the front, and then I scored it so it would fold really easily, and then I secured it with score tape. And then this is a little closure from Zutter. I'm not super happy with it because it keeps falling, number one. I might have secured this closure too tightly, but also if you put this in here like that and hold it in place, it doesn't function to stay very tight. Like if I wanted to see, it just kind of comes undone. So it works, but very loosely. So you probably noticed by now that the paper on the cover is very different from the inside pages. I got this from the Mademoiselle stack by Die Cuts with a View at Michael's, and it's a pretty neat paper collection. It has a lot of Easter colors in it, and they all reminded me of Easter eggs. It's very French inspired, so there's a lot of pretty ladies in here with the French costume, the traditional French clothing, and I've always kind of admired that. So I got this for a different project, but I pretty much picked the color out because there's this color in the paper on the inside. I wished I had had enough paper from the other collection, which looks, but see, it kind of coordinates with this red here. This page also came from the Mademoiselle collection. And so there was just a few things I was going to mention. This collage paper was already, came that way in the collection, but this one I made myself. And what I did was I just took a piece of paper from the collection, and I used this, this golden gel medium, and I just took a paintbrush and painted the entire paper, background paper with it, and then I painted the back of each piece, and I painted the front of each piece, and that's how I secured it on. And I diluted it with water because I didn't want it to be super thick and shiny. And then to make sure that there was no air bubbles, I just sprayered it like this. And as you can see, the paper buckled on me right here. And so I think the next time when I do this, I will maybe put some, I don't know if this is gesso or gesso, but supposedly if you lay this down first, it'll help support whatever surface you're going to be working on, and help prevent the buckling from occurring. But I really like the way this came out, and I was literally ran out of paper, and this is the only option I had. And then the collection of paper I had came with this, which was like a Snow White, and I just took some the glitter mist from Tattered Angels and painted it on, and then sort of got a duck egg blue. It was too strong to make as a main page, but you can see it here. When I put it next to the brown, it toned it down a lot because it's a little bit bright for the paper collection, but with it next to the brown, I think it worked out okay. So that's basically it. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. Oh, there's one more thing. I wanted to show you my mistakes in case you're interested. When you're putting this binding on, I noticed that this back, when I secured the back to the back paper bag flap, I secured it unevenly compared to the front paper bag flap. It looked even down here, but when you go over here, you can see where I mix matched. And I don't know if that has something to do with the fact that the book is thicker on the bottom versus the top. But as a result, the binding looks okay. The binding looks okay there, But when you see it here, I mean, if you really want everything to align, you could see my back page. Sorry, you could see my back page is too tall. And then over here, you can see that this overlapped here, so it's not a perfect match. So I realized I need to be much more careful, and probably what I would do was create pencil lines and measure everything out perfectly instead of just eyeballing it, because I'm not that good at eyeballing things yet. And I did the same thing here. I just eyeballed it, and when I made this is at a different height than this, so it somewhat goes at an angle when it's secured. But that's okay. I'll just remember the next time to pull out a ruler and create careful measurements. So I hope you can learn from my mistakes. I'm not giving this away as a gift, so it'll just be for us. So I'm not too worried about it. And I love this paper so much. I hate to cover it up. So the beauty of these paper bag minis is if you want to put all of your things inside the paper bags, and then just, I love the way Kathy designed this, because you can slip things in and out here. Over the years, you can change what you put in there. You can layer things up as you put it in the pocket. There's plenty of room for this pretty paper to show, and plenty of stuff that you can put in here and in the inside. And if you want, you can build your tags on the inside to fit inside the little pocket here, so you can take things in and out depending on what your mood is or how you want to change it up, or whatever you feel like doing. It's very changeable over time. So thank you so much, Kathy. This was probably my favorite paper bag mini so far. I hope you enjoyed my video, and thanks for watching.